Hello, this is Josh Blaylock, your County Commissioner here in District 2, LaFleur County. Coming to you this week with the Commissioner's Corner. We got Thanksgiving behind us. I don't know about y'all, but ate way more than I probably should have. Britches a little tighter this week than they was last week. Don't know why, but they are. Hopefully everyone had a good, blessed Thanksgiving. I know I sure did. Got to go hunting actually a little bit this year. Ain't gone hunting as much as I'd like to in years past, and actually was reminded of a few things going hunting. My little nephew, he's 9, Tucker, had been on me to take him hunting, and I finally got the free time and took him hunting. And as any typical 9-year-old boy, sitting still and being quiet is not one of their strong points. I figured the best thing to do is we'd just kind of drive around, hit a few hay meadows in the Ranger and whatnot. And I hadn't really planned on seeing that many deer. I didn't think we would anyhow. But he had different plans. See, he had a lot more faith than I did that day. And unbeknownst to me, he had been praying that we'd shoot a big buck. And when I picked him up right before we left, he told his mom, we're going to go kill us a big buck. Didn't think nothing of it. 9-year-old, away we went. We drove around for a good hour and a half, about froze out and about to pack it in, call it a day. And I said, well, let's go run down this old railroad track bed and check one more field. And whenever we did, sure enough, 3 big old does standing out there in the field. We got out of the Ranger and we standing there looking at them. That doe in the very back kept looking behind her in the trees, and I was like, no way. Well, sure enough, and I told him, I said, see her? She's looking at something. There's a buck in there. I'm expecting a little forked horn, a little spike come walking out. No, about that time he says, oh my God, you see him? And I looked over and looked through the scope. Sure enough, about 100 yards out there stood he's a big 8 or a small 10-point, big old buck. And show you how much faith I had, I didn't even have the gun loaded. Quietly as I could, I chambered around in it. He said, shoot it. I said, all right, hold on. Drawed down on it, shot. He jumped and kicked and went down, hopped up, kind of ran off into the woods there. But the point of the story is he had faith, childlike faith. And in the Bible, Luke 18, verse 17, it says, truly I say unto you, whoever does not receive the kingdom of God like a child shall not enter it. Oh, to the faith of a child. If only I too would fall on my knees before Jesus instead of trying to tackle all of life's challenges on my own. What he's saying is, have faith like a child. When a child prays, he's already believing that it's going to be done, because he ain't been taught by the world just because you pray for it don't mean it'll happen. Well, you can ask, but that don't mean you'll get it. No, children do not believe that. They believe, they pray for it, they have faith, it'll come to pass. And that's the way it's supposed to be. And us adults could learn a lot. I mean a lot from children if we would just simply have childlike faith. See, he'd been praying and expecting a big buck. And sure enough, we got to see a big buck and shoot a big buck. Too often times, though, us adults will half-heartedly pray. Well, Lord, if you could, or you don't mind, if you can't, I understand, like that. When we need to be praying like children do. Pray and have faith. Our children's pastor at church, Dana Dozer, does a phenomenal job with them kids. And she'll tell you, just like anyone else, if she wants prayer for something, she's not up front at church. No, she's in the back in the children's church, and she's going to those kiddos because they're believing for whatever they pray for, God's going to answer their prayer. It's going to come to pass. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's just that plain and simple. So a little food for thought this week. Like I said, it made me reflect on myself and humbled myself quite a bit. But on to county news. Our painting crews are still out there painting the culverts. They're slowly but surely getting it done. There's a lot. I mean, a lot of them. But we'll get it eventually. We'll get them all painted. Blade hands are still out there blading the roads, trying to get them in tip-top shape before wintertime really sets in and gets all wet, nasty, and muddy. Still got a couple guys pushing out fence rows. And for those who's called in and asked about pushing out fence rows, I have not forgot you. Your name is on the list. We're just slowly but surely getting there. This time of year, it's hard to get a whole lot done. Guys are burning up their vacation time, trying to get it used up for the end of the year. We will get to you. Just be patient with us. The railroad yard out of Stillwater, who was awarded the bid to build a bridge over Gap Creek off of Bud French and Dunbar Road, got started on it last Thursday, I believe it was. They're coming along nicely, making good headway. So hopefully, maybe, Lord willing, creeks don't rise and weather cooperate with us. He'll have that completed, we will, around the middle to end of January, 1st of February, and the road back opened up. So if you're traveling down through there and you see road closed signs and you drive around the road closed signs and you come to another barricade that says road closed, bridge out, and you drive around it and then you get down there and the bridge is out, don't get mad because the bridge is out. But that just about wraps things up this week. This is Josh Blaylock, your District 2 County Commissioner. Have a good one. Hello, this is Josh Blaylock, your County